fans, subscribers, and viewers, welcome to Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya, hosting the third race of the season. Catalunya is in northeastern Spain, known for the lively beach resort of Costa Brava, the Pyrenees Mountains, and Barcelona being its regional capital. Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya is one of Europe's busiest circuits, playing host to high-profile rounds of Formula 1 and MotoGP. It has fast become the seasonal winter home of the F1 teams, as they test their new cars and drivers. Sadly, this year being the exception due to the pandemic travel restrictions, so no pre-season winter testing was possible. Will that make a difference this race?
A very warm welcome to all our fans, and of course a big hello to you, Stuart. It's very fantastic to be with you here in Barcelona. This is the 51st World Championship, Spanish Grand Prix, and being on the front row here is very important, as the previous 27 out of the last 30 races have been won from the front row. We have 2 DRS zones to help the drivers with overtaking, with 16 corners, 7 to the left and 9 to the right. It will be the first corner that will make or break some drivers today. As always, we have 3 tier compounds, and for this race, we have the C1 the hard, the C2 the medium, and the C3 the soft. With the C1 not very preferred by the teams. Back to you, Stuart.
Thank you, Marcello. Let me run you down the top 10 starting order. Coco, for the second time in 3 races in pole position. Valtteri Bottas, ahead of his teammate in second. Hamilton in third. Sergio Perez in fourth, ahead of his teammate Max Verstappen in fifth. Sainz in sixth, beating his teammate Leclerc in seventh. Norris in eighth, ahead of Ricciardo in ninth, with Fernando Alonso rounding up the top 10. Let's head down to the grid. Ryan?
As usual here in Spain, the drivers are lined up like they are ready to hop into Noah's Ark, mostly 2x2, it's such a chassis circuit. All the front runners and main players starting on the soft tires today. The start is going to be fascinating. It's going to be a 580-meter drag race to the first corner. With the tire and brake temperatures not yet optimized, the drivers will get quite flighty through turn 1, which creates unpredictability and is quite challenging.
I too cannot wait for the stampede into the first corner. As you can see, there is a lot more rubber down on the right side of the grid. There have been a lot of support races here this weekend, and obviously the right-hand side of the grid offers less grip, therefore inducing more wheel spin, laying rubber down, because the racing line hangs left through the last corner all the way down the pit straight. So there is a delta, a time difference between the two sides of the grid, but it is more about slipstream than anything else. Let's hope they can all get through turn 1 unscathed.
Just quickly, just as you were saying, looking at the grid boxes, Bottas has a lot of rubber down in front of him, on the dirty side of the grid. It looks like he and the support racers before him have cleaned up that side, so watch out for the start.
We haven't really talked about the weather much, so what do you have for us, Kate?
Well, all the clever clogs up and down the pit lane are predicting rain during the race. But, do they know when the rain will come down? Some are saying as early as lap 25 and some are predicting lap 30. So to answer the question on everyone's mind, we are predicting rain between laps 25 and 30.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Green, and they're on the move. The pole sitter gets off well. Hamilton dicing with his teammate for second, with Perez trying to take advantage on the inside. The 2 Ferraris prowling just behind the front runners, followed by the 2 McLarens. 3 abreast into one corner. Perez sneaks down the inside to turn 1, but Coco shutting firmly the front door.
What a very amazing, fantastic start. Coco holding station, not letting Perez take the inside line. After all the arge-barge, it's Perez who comes out in second place.
After all said and done, it's Coco who retains the lead, accompanied by Perez in second, up 2 places from fourth, followed by the 2 Silver Arrows, Bottas in third, and Hamilton in fourth, Sainz in fifth, Verstappen in sixth, Leclerc seventh with the 2 McLarens in eighth and ninth.
Perhaps it was team orders that put Hamilton ahead originally. He was forced to hand over the place back to Bottas after the first corner, avoiding Coco's very aggressive defense against Perez sneaking down the inside. It might be a bit early in the season for this Mercedes team order shenanigans, I am just saying. It is possible.
It's the 7 times world champion piling the pressure on Perez. who in turn is deflecting it back to the leader. Who will crack first? Who will create an opportunity for themselves? Coco locks up and runs wide to turn 10. Perez has to lift, and Hamilton says cheers mate, and takes second place.
Not much speed difference between these front three drivers. It's Hamilton, who is looking very tasty today. He must have had a full English breakfast this morning.
Hamilton, seeing an opportunity, dives down the inside to the last corner, braking as late as he dares. But Coco, holding the racing line, sticks his FSTV car on the apex. Coco retains the lead, not before exchanging rubber yet again with the Mercedes ace.
Wow, just look at Bottas. Hamilton had to lift through the corner, and Bottas with a fantastic exit from the last corner cruises past Hamilton. Ryan, how do you see it?
Well, Marcello, to make matters worse for Hamilton, as he put his nose in front at the DRS detection zone actually on the last corner, he was the only one with no DRS going down the main straight. That gave Bottas an easy pass, but like you said before Marcello, team orders may come to bear this afternoon.
I hope it's nothing serious. But we are hearing from Coco's radio that there is a problem with the car. Luckily we have Kate in the pit lane. What can you tell us, Kate?
Understood, keep your head down. Try mode 6, try mode 6. Not sure if it's ice or we'll let you know.
As you can expect, Stuart, there is some urgency here at the FSTV garage. Let me see if I can grab a word with Toto Fox. Toto, what seems to be the problem?
Well, Kate, it's for sure too early to say just yet exactly, but there seems to be an issue with Coco's car with a lack of top-end power. What that may be, is unclear presently, although the troubleshooting is for sure going on as we speak.
Thank you, Toto. And good luck. Back to you, Stuart.
Coming to the start of lap 5, with the FSTV car experiencing some sort of power issue, Bottas with a dose of DRS sails past the race leader. Hamilton is getting ready to do the same. With Coco the race leader falling down the order, although defending for all he is worth, it's only a matter of time for Hamilton to pass Coco. And indeed, as we head down the main straight, Hamilton with DRS breezes past Coco and goes third, with his teammate only 5 seconds up the road in the lead of this race. There is everything to fight for.
Coco trying so hard to defend with perhaps engine problems, but it is the long main straight that is very really upsetting him. With a lack of power he is perhaps overdriving, trying to compensate. It's a very real shame for the rookie, who started so very fantastic this race.
With Coco falling drastically down the pecking order, Norris behind looking to capitalize. It looks like Coco is holding up the train of cars behind.
It's just a matter of time. He's going for it. Into turn 1. Norris trying to drive around the upside, but Coco with a fantastic exit stays ahead.
We are on lap 12 when Coco comes into the pits for his first stop with Leclerc, Ricciardo and Alonso in tight formation. A very smart stop by this new FSTV team, getting Coco back out ahead of the train. No surprises with the mediums going on, as rain is expected later on, and they are hoping this stop bridges the gap perfectly.
As predicted, rain is now falling in Sector 3, although still light at the moment, but it's supposed to get heavier. Bottas with the lead, Perez in second, Hamilton third and Verstappen in fourth, all hoping the rain will give them the advantage. None of the drivers seem too concerned right now, but that can very quickly change.
Our gap to the car in front is 4.9 seconds.
With the rain getting progressively heavier, most of the front runners are pitting. It would be the Inters going on, I assume. We ride on board the Ferrari of Charles, and as we can see, an equally clean stop by all the teams. Amazingly, Coco, who is still leading this train, comes out the pits ahead once again of Ricciardo, Alonso and Charles Leclerc.
Bottas in the lead is in total command of this race, and has looked exceptionally racy this afternoon. The rain is now coming down much stronger, with blustery conditions, so it's looking more and more like wet tyres will be the way forward.
With the lap times tumbling on these set of inters, they are all coming in again for wets. No gremlins, with all the teams making smooth pit stops. Bottas comes out in the lead, albeit directly behind some backmarkers, but shouldn't concern him too much. The conditions have deteriorated, and it doesn't look like they will improve anytime soon. The FSTV team stacking their cars with Coco first and his teammate waiting directly behind. Normally this is no easy feat to execute, but they made it look so easy and matter of fact.
Wow, just look at this. Perez going very slowly and is now pulling over by Tarfor. What a shame after such a good drive. Stewart, I am very sure this might be a safety car.
You are on the mark, Marcello. Safety car is out, in effect neutralizing this race. We pick up Coco down the main pit lane straight, and he just misses picking up the safety car. So it's catch-up time. Coco will have to catch the safety car as soon as, but also being mindful of his pace under caution.
It's taking time for all the drivers to bunch up, with the back markers in between the front runners. Normally, the safety car will let the back markers through, so they are all on the same lap. He is not obligated to let the back markers through, but generally does.
It's not looking likely that the back markers will be unlapping themselves at the moment, with the safety car coming in this lap. It's now a sprint to the finish with only a few laps remaining. The safety car is in, and it's Bottas leading the line. Bottas, wasting no time, bolts out of the last corner, and we are racing once again, with 7 or so laps to go, and the field all mixed up with back markers. It's going to be very difficult for the drivers to gain places.
Coco in 7th, with no chance to jump the order, trying all he can, just to get ahead of the back markers. A very disappointment for this new FSTV team, that amazingly started in pole position. A slight gremlin in the power unit is costing today, but overall they can be very happy with the start they made to this season.
With the third race of the season coming to conclusion, it's Bottas taking his final bow through the grandstand of the last corner. The Mercedes team hanging off the pit wall, cheering their drivers on. Bottas wins the Spanish Grand Prix. What an effort in these conditions. Hamilton settling for a solid second today, giving Mercedes a well-needed first 1-2 of the season. And the Red Bull of Verstappen coming home for third, taking the last podium position. The Alpha Tauri of Pierre Gasly in 4th, Sainz in 5th, Norris in 6th, Coco the pole sitter in 7th, Tsunoda in 8th, the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc in 9th and Alonso in 10th, taking the last point.
Mercedes have done it again. What a very spectacular victory, with a 1-2 year in Spain, and what a morale booster going into next race.
Marcello, a quick word about the pole sitter.
It was very unlucky for Coco today. With goblins in his engine, he could never keep up with the front runners. Even so, he got some lovely points, keeping him up there with Hamilton for this year's World Championship.
Amazing scenes here in Mercedes as the drivers take their place on the podium. Bottas, with his win today, keeps him in the hunt for the title race.
What a fantastic race. I can hardly wait for the next round, which is in Monaco. Here are the drivers' standings. Hamilton, now taking a 10-point lead with Coco second. If we look at the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes with a healthy lead over Red Bull in second and Formula Sim TV, who are now third from second in the table, ahead of Ferrari and McLaren. Please join us for all the excitement and all the drama at the fourth race of the season in Monaco. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, share and like, it would be really appreciated. Looking forward to seeing you all very soon.